Worst snowfall in its history. A raging blizzard that came in on winds of up to 100 miles an hour, bringing death and destruction to the whole region.
What we believe is happening, Carl, is that the president is likely to invoke the Stafford Act here. That's a procedure that was initially started back in the 1970s to deal with national disasters, and it unlocks funding from the federal government for FEMA to respond in localities that have been hardest hit. In this case, the possibility is that you're looking at a national declaration.
Ordered the U.S. Army to go in and do whatever it could to help. A report from Providence
Centers on the state of emergency declared this morning in Buffalo. News Center's Mike Pegasus explains.
From across Massachusetts were places like this. They boarded about 24 buses, and then they left from near Springfield, Braintree, and here in Melrose.
Winds will increase to 50 miles per hour tonight and continue through Wednesday.
Fighting critters in the front yard ever feel like you're in the front lines? You buy tons of name brand canned killers that swear up and down they'll take out the problem first spray. Well, our intel says otherwise. Forget all that. Call us, Old Colony Pest Control. Tell them that Red Revere sent you. We handle commercial and residential pest control needs. Take care of anything from ants, roaches, ticks, mosquitoes, rats, and more. No wildlife or termites at this time. Call us at 774-400-5993, and we'll bring in the big guns.
A better job, a better home, a better life. Who hasn't wished for these things, worked for them, and sought a place where they had a better chance of becoming real? For generations, Brockton has welcomed those seeking something better. From those who came in search of opportunity to today's multicultural population that makes us the most diverse community in all of New England. Brockton is a place where homes are more affordable, communities closer, where a strong and talented workforce fuels the success of businesses big and small, and the vision of a more diverse and equitable America is being realized every day. It's where ideas take root, businesses grow, communities thrive, new beginnings unfold, and the promise of a better life is kept. Brockton, Massachusetts, where better begins.
Our democracy has been tested in recent years, but with their votes, the American people have spoken and proven once again that democracy is who we are. The states across the country saw record voter turnout, and the heart and soul of our democracy, the voters, the poll workers, the election officials, they did their job and they fulfilled their duty, and apparently without much interference at all, without any interference, it looks like. And that's a testament, I think, to the American people. While we don't know all the results yet, at least I don't know them all yet, here's what we do know. While the press and the pundits are predicting a giant red wave, it didn't happen. And we lost fewer seats in the House of Representatives than any Democratic president's first midterm election in the last 40 years. And we had the best midterm for governors since 1986. And another thing that we know is that voters spoke clearly about their concerns, about raising costs, the rising costs that they're in, and the need to get inflation down. There's still a lot of people hurting. They're very concerned. And it's about crime and public safety. And they sent a clear and unmistakable message that they want to preserve our democracy and protect the right to choose in this country. After a long campaign season, I still believe it always have. This is a great nation and we're great people. And it's never been a good bet to bet against America. Never been a good bet to bet against America. There's nothing beyond our capacity if we work together. We just need to remember who the hell we are. We're the United States of America. The United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity.
What up, everybody? Kevin Jackson here. If you feel the need and you want to get in touch with the hot topics from today's headlines, you got to check out The Booth with Keith Sinister One Hayes. Tell him Kevin Jackson sent you.
It's caught in the crossfire.
Catch my eye. Well, he's lucky he just walked on by. 'Cause he hasn't met a girl like me. Are you kidding? Well, I tell him that rather die.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
This is blasphemy. This is madness. This is the Booth.
All right, it's your boy Citizen One broadcasting live from the City of Champions. Kevin, let me get a test 1, 2, 3. Make sure I got you going. Okay, hold on. Got a little something changed here. I just got to fix it real quick. Device 2 here. And let me get a test from you again. 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Perfect.
We Gucci?
Perfect.
We good.
Yeah, we Gucci now. I was messing around with my OBS, getting ready for the new year. Got some changes coming and I forgot to readjust my audio stuff back, so that's on me and I apologize. But you were watching The Booth, everybody. Hello, room. Hello, everyone. Hello, everybody tuning in. Big thanks to my guys from last week. First Tuesdays with Ken Diesenhof and Robert Resnick. I know last week was not First Tuesday, but they delayed a week because last Tuesday election night, and we were supposed to have this big red wave, and the red wave didn't happen. My guys are actually going to be on the show next Tuesday night. We're going to break down this election because some of these votes went right down to the wire. Some of them were finished as of today. Arizona finished today. Kari Lake lost. Katie Hobbs won. Still waiting for this runoff to go down. Georgia, which I can't believe that, but then again, you have to because they redistrict, so black voters can't get to the voting places like they should in Georgia. So now we're going to see Herschel Walker go against Raphael Warnock in the runoff election, and hopefully they pull this off and get this done down there in Georgia, because they've already taken, Dems have already taken back, the Senate, and now we're going to see the House, but it doesn't look like we get it. We'll see. We're going to keep our eyes on this whole thing, and these guys will be on next week to talk about this. Let's get into my sponsors here. Also, actually, before I get into my sponsors, you guys see my guest with me, special co-host tonight, Happy Hour with Lito, Kevin Jefferies. He just did this amazing show on Saturday night. That's actually, you got that scheduled to air tonight, right?
For sure. Yes, sir.
So let them know. Break it down. It's your show, man. Break it down what they're gonna be.
Yeah, for sure. I did a show called Bars. I always try to do something for men. You know what I mean? I did a show called Bars. It stands for blessed, amazing, resilient, and successful. And I had some speakers on there that basically went into detail about how we can do that. You know what I mean? I had some youth people on there as well, some youth young men. They were listening, and they actually got to me, and after it was over, and they was thankful that I invited them. It's I do this probably once every 2 months. I try to do something. My wife also, she has her own women's empowerment group, as well as her LLC is Me First LLC, which is her group that she does for women. So it's a nonprofit organization that she does as well. So we just doing stuff, trying to do what we can, through Zoom. We're gonna start doing some stuff in person, of course, as well. But
nice.
Yeah.
And C Sand is in the chat. She said, he or she, I don't know, so I apologize. C Sand in the YouTube says, I flew all the way back home to Georgia just to vote for Warnock. I'm glad to hear that. And I you know what? To be honest, people, it really shouldn't have been this. It should have been that. Herschel Walker was talking some.
Herschel Walker, hey, listen. Herschel Walker, they might need to. I mean, come on, man. CT.
He was at the debate with a fake badge.
Herschel Walker off the chain. That's all I can say. He done been hit too many times.
And he was, I don't get it. Let me get into my sponsors real quick, everybody. Michael Douglas, Barretto, MDB Electronics. If you need a control fix, and right now, people is needing. Call of Duty came out. Warzone dropped today. Warzone 2.0 dropped today. I've been on Call of Duty. Me and Travis Partington played the Spec Ops. You have 2 players and you have to complete special missions. We're actually going to try to stream a co-op Spec Ops mission. Travis really likes it. Really good strategic. You're supposed to do. And then I'm waiting for Kevin to get on, and then
Friday, baby, I'll be on.
If you get on, let me know. I've been playing with my stepson. Matty Cameron sent me his ID, but I don't know if he's got Call of Duty yet. But if we can get a massive stream of that going on, but Michael Douglas Barretto died, and if you need your back to gaming in 24 hours, also available now. Veana Marie's music streaming everywhere. Check it out. Black Friday's coming. She's offering some deals. Reach out to her. I think she's shipping out a kids t-shirt. Check that whole album out. Available now. Veana Marie's is personal. Also, Tactical Target Systems. When I go to the range, you see me badass zombie targets. That's where I get them from. TacticalTargetSystems.com. I love Boston Sports. Badass shirts that you guys see on this show. People that have shirts. Also, Old Colony Pest Control, veteran-owned, Carl Bonnell, Old Colony Pest Control, residential commercial, 774-400-5993. License and insured. And we're going to get into the news booth. Now, if you guys are wondering why Kevin's on the show because later on the entertainment department, we're going to talk to Kevin about his homework assignment. Because if you guys remember, on Halloween, during the month of October, Kevin was in the chat. We were talking about the top 5 black guy deaths in horror, film, or TV. Top 5. And we had an honorable mention. Honorable mention was Seth Gillum. Seth Gillum in Starship Troopers. Now we all know Seth Gillum as being in The Walking Dead. He's the priest, the father with the blind eye. That's Seth Gillum now. But for those who don't know where he first came from, Seth Gillum was from Starship Troopers, brother who lasted almost to the end of the movie. I don't want to ruin it for those who haven't seen it. Seth Gillum, I showed his death.
I never knew that. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I didn't know that was him.
Oh, really?
Dead. I didn't realize that.
Yep, Seth Gillum. That's the kid.
Crazy.
So if you guys are watching The Walking Dead and you're seeing him and you say, "Damn, where does this dude? I seen him before." That's him. Seth Gillum. That was him. A youngster, and he was in this role and died, and he lasted almost to the end. Didn't, so he got an honorable mention. But if you want to check that out, that's on YouTube. Check that out. I've got the top 5 horror deaths of black guys. Of course, Charles Dutton was my number 1. And me and Veana Marie actually went back and forth because she said, Alien is a sci-fi, but Alien was really considered horror genre, just like Jaws is considered a horror genre because of the way it's written. And Charles Dutton, my number 1 black guy death in horror films. You guys had seen Alien 3 death, like I said, I'll say it today. If I'm ever in the horror movie, that's the way I want to go. I don't want to go out like some I want to be that black dude that goes right down to the very end fighting. I don't want to be that crying in the corner.
I get it.
It is like, what? It is funny too, because black people don't last long in horror movies, but right now, Geico has had this commercial that runs every Halloween last 2 years that nails black people dead on. And the Geico lizard is showing this black guy his new house that he just bought. And they go upstairs to the attic. Have you seen this commercial yet, Kevin? And he goes upstairs to the attic, and there's like all these creepy ass dolls with broken faces. And the Geico lizard's like, "Well, enjoy your new house." The black dude's like, "Nope."
I'm out.
Nope.
Yeah. Nah. That's the first thing. You move in the house and you go upstairs and you see all of that. Nope.
That's why I said a lot of haunted movies always white people, because we don't stay.
Never.
Don't stay. We leave.
You ever seen The Watcher?
Yes.
Yeah, we wouldn't. No, you can have his house.
So I went to see Paranormal Activity. Before we get into the show in the news booth. Years ago, I went to see Paranormal Activity, and I was actually dating somebody, and I went to see Paranormal Activity, and I'm like, I watched that whole movie. Like, first of all, white people, you do some stupid stuff. First of all, the man in Paranormal, and I don't have to put up a spoiler alert because Paranormal Activity's been out for years.
Yes.
First of all, the white guy, I said to people, this was a love story. This was a relationship. This wasn't a horror movie. This right here was a love story, relationship story. He truly loved her because he stayed with her ass. Now, he had a videotape going, and for 3 hours in the middle of the night, she stood over him with a knife like she wanted to kill him. He's like, well, that was peculiar. Why would you like that for 3 hours? Nah, I'd have cut her off. The relationship would have been over, done. Then he gets mad and he burns the Bible, the satanic Bible. I'm like, yo, don't white people watch horror movies at all? The last thing you ever want to do is burn any type of Bible.
Yeah, he messed it up for him. So listen, all them Paranormal Activities, like when that first came out, I was like, yo, this looked too real. It looked like a real thing. Like I'm not. I mean, like he's sleeping, like sound asleep, and she just like with the knife in her hand.
That's odd. And he's sitting at the computer watching it. Like he's like, babe, what was you doing last night?
Yeah,
no, there's
crazy.
no babe. What was you doing last night? It's like, yo, babe, your
like,
stuff's already packed.
Yeah.
I would have been Beyonce on her ass. I'd have been like, look, yo, to the left.
Or what you do?
All your
I would have
shit's
been like,
packed to the left.
I'd have been like, yeah. So I got to go out of town on business, and I'll be back in 2 days. All right. I'm gonna leave here. You gonna be all right? She'd be like, why you taking so much stuff? Oh, I gotta.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't have came back.
Right.
Ain't no way.
Right. What's up, all you people in the chat? What's up, Fawn? What's up, Dave? What's up, Ron? How's the guys going out there? Yeah, it's some crazy stuff. But let me get into this news booth here. As I said, Kevin Jefferies is on with me, enjoying the show. Rest in peace, Kowloon restaurant co-founder Madeline Wong passed away at 95 years old. For Kevin, who doesn't know about this, the Kowloon Chinese restaurant, the major staple on Route 1 main road. It's a huge main road. The Kowloon is this Chinese restaurant that's been there for years. It's so popular that I am pretty sure wrestlers in the WWE are mourning, because whenever the wrestlers have a show here in the Boston area, after that show is over, guess where everybody goes? They go to the Kowloon. Been a staple. It's for years. Every wrestler has come through there. They go there to eat, spend a ton of money. WWE fans go there knowing that they're gonna see wrestlers there. I know there was a story about the Big Show going to the Kowloon and putting down a serious order of Chinese food at the Kowloon.
I love some good Chinese food, that's for sure.
Yeah, yo, their Chinese food, their crab rangoon and chicken fingers they don't play.
Listen,
they don't play.
I always, people always make jokes. They be like, man, yeah, do you ever see you don't see many cats in China? I said, well, listen, that's some good cat if I'm eating cat. I said, I like my cat deep fried too. I want them to
right.
My General
and the
So
thing
chicken got to be right.
They sold the Kowloon property, so the Kowloon has sold. So that they're actually going to be coming to an end. They've actually moved on. They're going to be getting into the truck game, which is, to be honest, there's no overhead. Trucks are the way to go now. As far as restaurants, overhead is all same. You can be at a different spot. You're bringing your food and not to them.
Right.
Also in the news booth, Sandy Hook Memorial opened up today, nearly 10 years after 26 people were killed in this Newtown, Connecticut shooting. Thing that also cost Alex Jones over $1 billion in a lawsuit. Actually took home a second lawsuit last week for saying that this event did not happen, saying that it was fake. These kids weren't killed. Followers and stuff were harassing people whose kids have died. And stuff. Look, my kid got shot and was killed in Newton. Came to my house spouting off the fake and phone false flag. Look, you catching the beat on the front line. The ring's about to catch a beat down on the front lawn. You come to my house telling me that my kid got killed and it was fake and I'm an actor. Catching these. You? I don't play that.
Nah, I mean don't play with, especially when I've lost someone. You got to be careful.
Look.
Don't fuck with me, fellas.
Yeah, no words. That's what it is.
In the legal booth, Twitter, Elon Musk. Guess what he's throwing around? The B word, but not the B word that everybody thinks. Elon Musk, which I predicted this, I said he wasn't liquid enough to buy it outright. Had to get investors. He got investors. First thing investors wanted to see when he took it over was profit. Let's be honest. They want to see profit because they want to make sure that the money that they invested, they're going to get that back plus interest that's going to be earned. Like JP Morgan Chase, who owns stock in Tesla and in Twitter. But guess what, people? with all of the people leaving Twitter, all of the sponsors leaving Twitter, he was losing $44 billion a day right now. He's now laid off half the staff, and his top executives have now resigned, leaving him in a serious place. Now he's turned around and he said, well, I'm going to make some money. I'm going to double the fee of getting your Twitter verification, $8 a month. Granted, it's not that, it's the principle. It's the principle, bro. So all these people like Mark Cuban and everybody, even Mark Cuban was like, hey, you may want to rethink that. And he ripped into Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban's like, oh, whatever, it's your decision. Almost like, okay, this is what you want to do.
So you can pay to be verified.
Yeah, a lot of people said to him, I'm not going to pay $8 to be verified for a blue check mark. You're out of your mind. You're just using us to get yourself your profits that you promised all these people. Now, guess what Elon Musk is doing? Bring around the bankruptcy word. And people pay attention, because this bankruptcy is going to be an issue. Because I think he thinks that if he files for bankruptcy within the next months after making this purchase, he thinks it's probably going to save from his investors taking part of Tesla, taking part of SpaceX, taking part of PayPal, which people don't realize that Elon Musk also bought the rights to PayPal way back. But it's crazy. This is a serious situation. This is a man whose ego had him impulse buy something that all of his financial advisors told him. All of his financial advisors told him, don't buy it. But Elon Musk, man.
Listen, I'm Kyrie Irving on Twitter right now. I'm suspended indefinitely, so it is what it is. I am permanently suspended until further notice. For somebody didn't like something I said about the whole Kyrie Irving thing, and listen, I got booted, so it is what it is. So suspended indefinitely. Hey, Elon, give me my account back, bro. Like, come on.
And remember, he originally had said, "Oh man, it's gonna be free speech out here. Everybody's gonna be able to talk and say what." I was like, that ain't gonna happen. Once you get financial advisors, you have to answer to those advisors for what's. I seen all the people out there complaining, saying they got booted or and they was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, I told you that it's not gonna be free. Y'all wasn't gonna be able to drop that N-bomb like you thought you were.
Yeah,
you don't have to answer for that.
Yep. Suspended indefinitely. That's me. Listen, until further notice.
And he's got some serious problems. He got serious problems. Ron Drago, I meant to tell you, happy Veterans Day, but also happy birthday to the Marines out there. So Ron Drago, Travis Partington, last week was also happy Marines. Because I wasn't last week. That happened afterwards. It happened Veterans Day, Thursday before. Big ups to those. In the entertainment booth, recording artist Veana Marie dropped some bars in the DNA Cypher in the lab, number 18, this past week. Want to go and check it out. The link is actually on my Facebook page. It's on her page. Go and check it out. Veana Marie had to drop 16 bars. She was the artist in Boston to drop for this Cypher on last Saturday night. Check out some of the guys who were there. D Money, Enough Said. Some of these guys, Dro Casso. They all was spitting some fire. The Cypher is really tough because you got to come. You got to take your bars and do them in one take. And
you want to really come out of retirement.
Yeah, and it was a good time, and we loved it. Also in the entertainment booth, oh man, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Oh,
this weekend.
So hold on, I might have to do this real quick. Hold on, here we go. Hold on. Do I do it now? No, I'm not gonna do it yet. I don't want to spoil. I'm gonna wait. Okay, I don't even want to put this. I was gonna say What I gotta say is I saw Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm gonna tell you this. Marvel Comics, reason why I'm wearing all this is because I went to see Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Marvel Comics made a brother cry. Not once, not twice.
What?
3 times. 3 times this movie made you. The first time I was like this.
Your eyes
because
were sweating.
Marvel did something to pay their respects to Chadwick Boseman that I don't think anybody saw coming. And the thing is that the way they did it is so powerful that when it happened, I was like, I dropped the F-bomb. I'm like, yo, that was powerful.
Wow.
MCU did it correct. And I'm not going to ruin it for anybody because I don't want you to even know when it's coming or whatever, because it's going to ruin it. It's going to ruin the whole effect for you if you are a Chadwick Boseman fan and how much you love the MCU. But when it happens, you're going to be like, damn, that was powerful. I was like this. I was teared up. That was the first time. Second time, teared up. Third time, teared up. But then I had a nerdgasm because 2 years ago, Godzilla vs. Kong came out. And prior to Godzilla vs. Kong, there was a Godzilla movie. And the Godzilla movie took place with Ghidorah. And they fought in Boston. The city of Boston is the backdrop. They tore up Fenway Park. They knocked down the Prudential and joined. And I was like, damn, bro. Oh, I grew up watching Godzilla. So to see Godzilla battling Ghidorah in Boston was like, damn, bro. Now I go see Black Panther, Wakanda, which we all talked about in the show, so this isn't a spoiler. They filmed here in Boston. They filmed some season here in Boston. But there is a scene that's filmed right on the BU Bridge connecting Boston to where Cambridge is. And I lost it. Because I'm a geek. You know what I'm saying? So to see an MCU movie in Boston again with an ill-ass fight scene, I'm like, come on, bro. This is I'm dying with a smile on my face. Ron Drago said, Creature double feature, channel 56. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Gojira is the OG. Yo, bro, I could do a whole show talking about Godzilla.
Word.
For real. And you know what? I hate to say this, but Godzilla, if he was a person, he's black. He got swag. Godzilla got swag. He got swag. You know, that's my opinion.
I feel because I always felt like King Kong was black anyway. I don't know.
Godzilla got that walk,
especially the way he went and sat on that throne. I said, yeah, he black for sure.
Oh man, but yeah, if you haven't seen Black Panther yet, buy your ticket, snatch it up, because Wakanda Forever, it broke records. $330 million worldwide, $180 million domestically here in the States. It was also the largest opening in November for a film. So it's the all-time highest grossing film opening for the November black film. Now, here's where I got to get into my Sinister One pet peeve. I got a friend of mine went to see. I said I went to see it, and he said, "Yeah, Keith, I went to see it. I watched it this weekend. It was really good. I watched it for free." He said, right on Facebook. He said, "I watched it for free on 123 Movies." Like, first of all, we talk about supporting the black culture. We talk about supporting the black dollars. You don't understand, bro. The reason why we got a Black Panther 2 of this size is because the black dollar showed up and paid to see Black Panther 1. Everybody supported Black Panther 1, but that first Black Panther movie made people recognize the African culture. A lot of people really took notice and was like, damn, I got to learn about my culture.
Facts.
A lot of people went and learned about their culture. A lot of people started showing up to church with the Wakanda type clothing on. This movie had so much of an impact on black culture. For someone to say, "Oh, I watched it for free, bootleg," and I'm like, bro.
I want to ask a question, but I don't know. It can be taken the wrong way on here. I don't know.
Go for it.
Was he black?
He's a minority. He's Spanish. But I feel if you're a minority, you should still support the culture. That's why.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I'm not gonna go watch it on 1, 2, 3, whatever.
Because you're taking away from our culture. You know what I'm saying? You because there's a lot of people they talk a good game on social media. They talk all this stuff, right? But then they hang themselves and make comments like that. And I'm saying to myself, man, you couldn't come up with $20 to just go see the movie and support
Somebody
it.
told my brother that they said, if y'all want to go see Wakanda Forever, it's cool if you like a women's empowerment movie. I said, yo,
look, for real. I'm not giving any spoilers away, but what did you think? Yeah. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie.
He wasn't saying it like in a good way. He was like, being one of them guys.
For real. Because anybody who watched Black Panther, the first one, you realize he had nobody else. Everybody else that was around Chadwick Boseman was his sister Shuri, his mom's, because his dad was killed in the Avengers.
Yep.
So it was just him. His cousin come back, Killmonger, but but everybody around Chadwick Boseman in this whole film, Black Panther 1, was female. So when I heard some people complain about that and say some stuff like that, and somebody said, "Oh, I felt like I was seeing Woman King." I'm like, but what did you expect?
By the way, Woman King is fire to me. Fire, you hear me?
Look, I already said if your girl goes out and she sees a double feature of Woman King and Black Panther 2, ready when she come home. You better have the dishes done,
facts,
dinner cooked.
That's a fact. You not lying. It's real.
Because they coming home on a whole different level.
They coming home like, what you say? Earlier when I left.
Mind your P's and Q's if she come back, fellas.
Pick your battles, fellas. Because let me tell you.
Ron Drago said, won't be any more movies if we watch them all for free. Yep. Exactly.
First of all, you're not going to find a good, I'm sorry to cut you. You're not even going to find a good copy of that right now. Like that's.
Oh, I know. Ron Drago said, Woman King, no CGI fight scenes. Yes, because they took the approach. Woman King, they took the same approach that they did for the movie 300. They said, no, we don't want CGI. We want all of our actors. Because I watched the director's cut of 300. And Zack Snyder said, when they had these guys working out, he wouldn't say, but he said they had actors who were bigger than the gentleman who played King Leonidas. He said that because he said they had big name actors, but they couldn't get that workout in. But he wouldn't say which major actors there were. And he was the only one that could make it through in the other guys that you see, because they didn't want to put the CGI on the abs. They wanted these dudes to have the abs. They wanted them to look like Spartans. And Woman King did the same thing that they did, and I'm happy with that. Now, my man Kevin is on this show, 7:30. Kevin on this show, he talks with a lot of people, rap, battle rap, and things of that sort. This is a topic that I'm kind of glad I got Kevin on for, because we talk about rap, we talk about the black community, talk about the things in rap that we don't focus on and we don't talk about, and we don't push the positive side of rap. We see stories like this and then they go right to the back burner and nobody talks about it. But I feel like that if we talked about this more, then maybe we won't have guys like Takeoff getting killed. We won't have guys like Nipsey Hussle getting killed. We won't have people like the list just goes on, and I'm just kind of sick of it. But here's a story that I'm kind of pissed because I didn't see many people sharing it. We share everything else. Megan Thee Stallion is 26 years old. Now, Megan Thee Stallion, we know what all kind of music she makes, what type of music she makes, Megan Thee Stallion. But Megan Thee Stallion has been doing some things behind the scenes with her money that nobody really talks about. Megan Thee Stallion invested in a shopping center in an elderly complex, elderly residential complex. So these elderly people don't even have to leave their complex. They can go and shop at the supermarket that's built right there on this facility. Megan Thee Stallion has also just finished and has graduated from Texas University with her bachelor's degree.
Yeah, that's dope.
Her bachelor's degree. She's not walking around flexing with $2.6 million of diamonds looking to get robbed off your dead neck. I'm going to let Kevin speak on it because, you've been involved with battle rap. You've had these discussions in your men's group. And these are the things that we as a community, as a black community, we don't focus on this positive thing that we really should be. And I see a lot of black dudes, they was like, but she's a woman. No.
What does that mean,
Men can do the same damn thing. Men can do the same damn thing. I'm going to let you speak on this because it's almost like we're programmed to believe that we have to portray this thing in rap when we really don't. Why can't we be positive like this?
Man, it's about the money. A lot of the big labels, they want you to be this way. You know what I mean? Because of the amount of dollars that come with that for them. In a lot of situations, I remember Jeezy's story. He said when he went into Def Jam, he already had I think it was a Lamborghini or something. He pulled up in one. He was making money. He had $1 million in his pocket before he even signed, to do the Def Jam Bad Boy deal when he did, with Boys in the Hood. You know what I mean? When he first came on, he already had $1 million. So, but there was a guy in Def Jam at the time that told him, I don't know what you're doing, but whatever you're doing, stop right now. You don't need to do it no more. And he stopped, doing whatever he was doing in the streets. You know what I'm saying? But for a lot of these guys, it's different. What happened to Takeoff is very unfortunate. He wasn't even, he basically, he was just there. He was just there. And because he was from what I heard and been reading, Quavo he was shooting dice with one of the big name guys from Texas. I can't remember his name right now at this very moment, but it was his son, and they were shooting dice. It got heated about some basketball game or something like that. Quavo walked away, and the guy that was there to actually protect the other guy, Jay Prince Jr., that's his name. Jay Prince Jr. He had a guy that was really like his muscle, but he was a young cat. And the guy that was there to protect, him at all costs, he didn't care the fact that he would, Takeoff was a famous person. You know what I'm saying? Or they were cool. But as soon as it flipped, it was like, okay, now it's us against them. He just grabbed Takeoff, shot him in the head. And then when Takeoff's people noticed that he got shot, they started shooting in the direction of the guy. The guy shot Takeoff, grabbed his body and used it as a shield. So that's why he got shot twice. But he was already out from the headshot. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? All of these people are passing away from, just stupid stuff. So I salute Megan for going and getting her degree. That's dope. You know what I'm saying?
So my question to you is what do we need to do to what do we need to do to make this positive story about her to the forefront? We as a black community, we don't push all the negative stuff to sell that product. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, unfortunately, these deaths come with pushing a product. I hate to say it,
Yeah.
To help put people's record sales, Tupac in the stratosphere. And I hate to say this, only a few people knew Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
Before he got killed, a lot of people didn't know of Nipsey's music until he got shot. And that's just real talk. I only knew of Nipsey because of my son.
Quavo and Takeoff actually dropped the album. They dropped the album right before he got, he got killed. So I know that album got super supported. You know what I'm saying? It sucks that that's the only thing that makes people want to go and buy you.
The first single and video,
is
scary. Like it's almost like he had a premonition.
Yeah,
Watched this video. I was like, whoa, damn, like crazy. But I feel like we as a community, we don't give enough credit to someone's story like Megan Thee Stallion getting her bachelor's degree, holding it down. Now I know Cardi B gave her props. Cardi B gave her props, and
women will do that, like you said. You heard that women will do that for each other, but we as men, we don't, and that's why I do what I do. Trying to get men to unify, and be able to discuss what's going on in their lives, and you know what I'm saying, and to make sure we uplift each other. I think that it's always a ripple effect. You know what I mean? It takes one. You know, you throw a rock in the water and you see that ripple. You know what I'm saying? One person can touch so many people. So if one person gets something from what I'm doing, man, I'm happy about it. You know what I mean? Because
maybe the rap game needs to bring the black women to the forefront. Say, hey, teach these men something to do, because like you just said, you know, it's weird because men rappers, we can't do the men rappers can't seem to do this. It's the hate. It's the profiling, you know.
Yeah.
Someone like Cardi B can give props to Megan on getting her bachelor's degree. They can go back and forth. And everybody give each other props as far as women and pat each other on the back, but keep their drama. If they have drama, or they just don't say nothing.
Men that's doing that too, though. Like Jeezy right now, like he's all about his business. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with that, I guess maybe someone powerful like him, Jay, maybe they can come together and try to figure out something, because they have a problem with all these guys.
We've had male rappers. Common is one of the best rappers out there. And Common has brought this up many times. A lot of people they want to talk crap about Common because they don't like what Common has to say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the record companies don't want to bring Common up because his music really doesn't sell. Common got his little niche. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, there you go. And you know, we look at some of the people saying the stuff now, like Fat Joe and Ice-T. They all had something to say about Takeoff. They had something to say about all these recent deaths, and they got blasted for what they said. And some of the stuff, I hate to say it, that they were saying was kind of true. It was some true fact stuff. It's just that these knuckleheads, they don't want to really hear it. You know, the biggest things I hate seeing is rappers getting caught with guns that don't have records. When Nelly got caught with a gun, and I'm saying to myself, okay, you're a rapper, you're a business owner, you got a clothing line. Why are you an unlicensed gun owner with a gun on your bus unlicensed? You are a rapper. You don't have a record. You should be getting a license to carry a gun, and whatever state you're going to be in, you need to get a non-resident license to carry. You're Nelly.
But they're not thinking that. They don't think about that just because the lifestyle that they live is so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not an excuse for them for sure. I mean, just like what happened to Wayne. You know what I mean? Like on his tour bus and all of that, he ended up in Rikers because of, you know, him having that gun in New York. But in reality, he should have just had people, or, you know what I mean? Like, or just got his license, like you said.
Or like Veana has said with all of this stuff. Why don't these people, if you can pay for $2 million around your neck, pay the $150 for your.
That's a fact.
And that's just facts. Because you got a young rapper who gets killed outside of Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle with his girlfriend that probably would not be dead right now if he had his $150 security with him.
PNB Rock. Yeah. That's another one. I mean, it's crazy.
You got to have some type of security if you're going to stay in the hood and visit the hood, because people hate. People hate. And that's the sad thing. Smile on your face, walk away, you know.
And it's, you know, the crazy thing about that is like when these rappers get killed, right? Always our people that do it. It's always our people, man. But that's a whole nother. I could talk about that.
That's a whole nother show, bro.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother show.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother show, and that's going to get into a whole deep discussion.
Yeah,
Tupac and being a fake. So you know. Let's get more into this. We got to get through this show. Kanye West really speaking out. He's just, again, Kanye West is now saying his mother was sacrificed by Hollywood elites. Now, from time to time on this show, I throw it out there. I talk about the Illuminati. I don't believe in it, but sometimes I feel like that's a whole nother show too, because I look at things that have happened in sports and things of that sort, and I always talk about the cigarette smoking man in X-Files. This was a guy who controlled everything that happened in the world behind the scenes, so it would work into their favor to make money. That was kind of like the X-Files version of the Illuminati. Kanye West is coming out and saying that his mother sacrificed. Now, sometimes why I say I don't believe in Illuminati, but there are things that happen. See, people who reach a certain status of stardom, and they suffer tragedy. Everybody that we know of has suffered tragedy. Jennifer Hudson, her whole family was pretty much almost wiped out. Usher lost a kid early. Sonny Bono and Cher. Sonny Bono gets killed in a friggin' ski accident. We've seen it. Prince, a lot of people don't know, but Prince's first child was born and died. He didn't even talk about it. He was devastated at the fact that he lost all this. We talk about this whole scary thing about someone coming for your soul and paying you. Realize it. Donda, his mother, she died under the knife of plastic surgery that he was after she was getting the plastic surgery done, after getting another surgery done that they told her, you need to wait, you can't go done. And he was probably like, that's my mom, we're getting this done, I'm paying for it, you need to do it. It's the same as Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson knew he shouldn't have been getting injected with that stuff to help him sleep. Guess what? He found that one doctor would inject him with that stuff, and he ended up overdosing and dying from that. But
Michael
that
Jackson, that's crazy. That's
it
crazy.
It makes you think.
Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston's daughter died the same way Whitney Houston died.
Yep. Yeah, and let's be honest, all attached to Bobby. So when you talk about these people connected to when you got to pay your dues, that's a whole nother show, people. We might have to get that show together and get a couple.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to.
That's it's there, and the numbers are there, the deaths are there, and it doesn't matter what color you are. It's there. There are people who suffered some serious tragedies, reach this bottom. So he's saying, this is what Kanye is saying. He's saying that his mother was sacrificed for his stardom by Hollywood elites. And a lot of people
Michael
now
Jordan's
saying,
dad, he's starting naming
Michael
a bunch
Jordan's
of people.
dad, yep. So he's saying that this is true. This is out there. This is true. Again, this could be rants of a crazy man. Reality is number. And you got to think. And like I said, I can point out some things in sports, make you be like, "Damn, Keith, I didn't know that." I'd have to get a show. Let's get this.
Yeah.
Gears of War. Netflix announces Gears of War movie and animated show coming to Netflix. And look, as soon as they announced it, my man Dave Bautista put up an old post from a few years ago when Gears of War 5 came out. Dave Bautista, we already know that that's who we want to play Marcus Phoenix. We already know that. The Gears of War game is probably one of the best games that Xbox ever released. Halo. So here is the trailer for what Dave Bautista released, Gears of War 5, that he just re-released. Let Netflix know. And I got the trailer playing.
All right. I don't mess with no Xbox.
This is my kind of. I've been after this role for years and years and years, so the fans know that I'm very passionate about it.
Covering fire!
Marcus Phoenix was such a great character for me. That wasn't necessary, and you know it. I mean, he's as battle-hardened as you get, and there's nobody tougher.
Come on, draw their fire!
I'm Dave Bautista, and I am Marcus Phoenix. kind of.
So that was November 10th of a couple of years ago, 3 years ago when that came out. And, Batista was just letting everybody know that wants that role. He wants a role, and I think everybody. So Dave Batista as Marcus Phoenix in Gears of War movie is similar to Charles Xavier in the X-Men movies. Everybody knew Patrick Stewart was coming. Look, that was a no-brainer. When they said they was making an X-Men movie, everybody was like, Patrick's, come on.
Period. Yeah, it wasn't even, nobody else could have played that.
Everybody was like, come on.
Yeah.
Jean-Luc Picard, bro. Easy.
Yeah, period.
Ron Drago said her plastic surgeon was part of a conspiracy to advance Yeezy's career. I'm just making sure I got this right, head blown. Yes. And that's what some say. The Illuminati, things happen.
That's what he said.
Ron Drago. That's what
he said it
saying.
himself. Yeah.
Said it himself. And there are a lot of people out there push this Illuminati conspiracy, saying in order to become rich and famous, that there comes a time where you have to collect fame. And we've seen it.
Money is not enough.
Like I said, money is not enough. And we could make a whole show about it. I could tell people right now, I believed it here in Boston with just sports, and I can just break it down. I break it down to people when I tell them, they're usually like, oh, damn, I didn't realize. And I use all types of sports scenarios. And we'll make a show about this. And I almost believe that. Yes, Ron Drago, yes. That's what he's saying. He's saying that he sacrificed his Adam. Yep, like I said, we could do a whole show on it. Also, Dave, I already showed you that video. Also, I am a huge fan of the show Rat Patrol. Ron Drago, you're in the chat. You're going to check this out. I'm a huge fan of the show Rat Patrol. Back in the day, I used to rush home from school. Oh, my son's in the chat. What's up, Terrell? I used to rush home from school to watch Rat Patrol on TV 38. Black and white show. Special operative group. Rode around in these Jeeps with cannons, guns on the back of these Jeeps. What else wanted to do? Well, Epix has just released a brand new show called Rogue Heroes, based on David Sterling, guy who is the founder of the SAS Rat Patrol. Those who don't know, this SAS is where we get our Navy SEALs from, where we get our Spec Ops, Green Berets from. All of our special ops around the world for each military all started with this guy, David Sterling, SAS. David Sterling was a guy who didn't have what it takes to be in the military. Nobody wanted him in the middle of the desert and said, here, just do whatever. And he did whatever. Caught the eye of Winston Churchill and top brass, and they was like, look, an idea here, you better and this show Rogue Heroes is based on this, and here's the trailer for that one right now. Here's Rogue Heroes on Epix. Check it out.
In a world where there are no rules, no order, no organized plan, certain men must take matters into their own hands.
A map? Oh goodness, this must be serious. The Germans keep advancing while we fold our arms. I have an idea that might move the war in our favor.
We're bringing together men of a particular caliber, and you are amongst them.
Finally, I feel at home.
Welcome to this new brigade, the SAS.
Who are the SAS?
You are the SAS, Special Air Service.
The British are losing the war, and I intend to do something about it.
This is SAS Base Camp. We have a license to behave badly. How many women have you slept with, Rob? 12, sir. Welcome to the SAS. We have only one order. Go, kill, return.
Good evening.
I hope I did no permanent damage.
We are a long shot. A shot in the dark. But at least we are a shot. Hangover? Memories of Scotland.
Let's go and win the war.
You're all mud. At last. He gets it.
All right, that's Rogue Heroes on Epix. And like I said, if you grew up watching the Rat Patrol, that's what this show is. It's based on David Sterling, the founder of the SAS. He had a whole group of guys who loved to kill. They were in jail, prison jail, in the military, and these were the guys that did the dirt, and they led to all of these special ops groups out there today. Moving on the entertainment booth. Before I get into this John Wick 4 trailer, which is fire. Kevin
Super fire.
Kevin Jefferies is on this show because he had a homework assignment to watch Starship Troopers. And I'm going to let Kevin tell us how his homework assignment went for us. He had 2 weeks to sit down and watch Starship Troopers. And Kevin, give us your review of Starship Troopers.
Okay, so I just want to say, like, the movie, right, from what I was watching was great. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching it, me and my wife watching it, and the next thing I know, I passed out. Sleep.
You know,
but from where I got up to, you know, it was a great movie. I mean, I'm going to watch it again, so I can finish the rest of it. But you know, that movie over 2 hours long. I fell asleep. I'm not gonna lie. I was real comfortable when I was watching it too, because I wanted to make sure I was zoned in. I was watching it. It had some stuff in there that was kind of like, you know, like the shower scene. It was kind of weird. That was, I mean, you had men and women in the shower together. I was like, yo. Like, what the heck? What am I watching? And then, of course, my wife was like, that's why your mentor wanted you to watch it right there. This right here.
I know she was probably giving that side eye.
I said, babe, I didn't even listen. I just was watching the movie.
So he fell asleep. He didn't get to watch all of the movie. He's gonna have to.
But I remember where I was at though, so I'm going to watch the rest of it. Rico's a bad mother, shut your mouth though. He's the man.
Yeah. So Ron Drago says this looks amazing on that trailer for Rogue Heroes. It does. It looks amazing. Epics. All of these different options for shows and things and TV streamings. Just great. You know, stuff that other networks won't pick up. Other networks are picking this type of stuff up. They're getting good product out there. Netflix just released a trailer for a Japanese action alien scientific invasion movie. And Netflix, you know what? You keep putting movies out from different countries. I'm gonna keep paying my $11 my Netflix, because we're seeing culture that we don't. They've got African movies now that are on Netflix that are tight. There's some tight African movies on there because they're these African movies. What's funny is they're doing these TikToks in all these countries, the Bali movies, the indie movies. They're making these TikTok videos and all this stuff, and you usually don't see these movies. But now, because of the internet, we're seeing these movies, and guess what's happening? These movies are now getting budget money. They're getting producers. They're getting stuff that you've never seen before, and you're bringing this whole culture. I've seen a couple of action African films from Africa, and there's a couple of these love triangle movies from Africa, but it's a different culture. So you're not going to see stuff. You're going to see stuff in the African culture that you might be like, damn, you have to remember, this is not America. This is the African culture. This is stuff like this that's accepted. So you're not only experiencing that film, you're also learning. You're learning about someone else's culture. Bollywood is a great example of this. Bollywood India has built this whole empire off of their film. There is a movie, an action film out there that's like their equivalent of 100. That's a Bolly movie. I haven't seen it yet, but my brother and some other.
You talking about with the tiger and all of that? Is it the tiger?
Yeah. It's like 300, but it's a Bollywood movie. They fight in the desert, and it's insane.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I saw like the trailer for it. It looked fire.
Yeah.
To me.
Yep. And I saw. So for me, I used to watch a lot of Chinese martial arts. And then when Netflix first came out, you started to see these Vietnamese and Korean action movies. And I believe the first one I saw was The Apartment. Made a sequel. Where it was like a Korean movie where they had 13 floors. They had
what is the name of
that? The dude's brother was undercover.
Rampage? Was it Rampage?
No. I forget the friggin' name of this friggin' movie. Fight scenes was off the.
What's your favorite kung fu movie? What's your favorite kung fu movie? Or not Bruce Lee.
Enter the Dragon. Nothing ever compared. That movie was perfect for all the reasons. Nothing in my lifetime ever beat Enter the Dragon. Bruce Lee brought diversity.
That's true.
He brought the Chinese culture to American cinema. Till this day, if it wasn't for Bruce Lee in that film, he wouldn't have what we have today as far as martial arts movies go. He brought something and died for it. Another conspiracy theory, Illuminati conspiracy theory. Him and his son.
That's true.
That's my movie. Nothing will ever take that away. Just saying that right now.
I love the 5 Deadly Venoms. That movie.
Good. I love my Sonny Chiba. I love all that stuff. But nothing takes away.
Yeah, Enter the Dragon is classic. Period.
Is this movie that I'm trying to think of, and it's.
I guarantee my brother knows this movie. My brother watches every single Chinese kung fu movie. I'm not even lying.
And they made a number 2 movie. Hold on, Asian film.
Ong Bak.
Huh?
Was it Ong Bak?
Ong Bak was good. Ong Bak was real good, but that's not the movie. But that was another Vietnamese kid who broke the mold. I'm looking it up right now. I'm sorry, people, but I have to get the name of this movie. Bugging the hell out of me.
You about to have me cut
Asian
on
film.
Netflix so I can see.
The Raid.
Yes, the raid. Yes, that's what I meant. Yes,
The Raid. Look, if you had asked me what Asian movie was close to knocking Enter the Dragon off my number 1 spot, The Raid.
Period. Those fight scenes was crazy.
People, if you haven't seen the martial arts film The Raid, and they actually made a part 2, look, you ever watch an action movie and be tired? For real, I watched The Raid and I watched the fight scenes and I was tired. I had to get up and get a drink.
Yeah, period. Yeah, facts. That's a fact.
I was like, the fight scene when they come downstairs and the dude's like, he's here, and they had that whole fight scene in the hallway, and the dudes just keep coming.
I can't remember his name, but that guy, man.
I was like, can we take a break?
You about to be looking his name up.
Can we get a break? I'm like, damn, y'all film this, man. Oh, The Raid. If you guys haven't seen it,
if y'all haven't seen it, go watch it, please. It's fire.
The plot is good. The plot is, and see what that. The thing about Asian movies, their plots got a lot of twists and a lot of changes, and they do these things. But here's the thing: I got to show you guys a trailer, and then Sinister One. Let me show you this trailer for John Wick, and then I know I was busting Kevin's balls for falling asleep during Starship Troopers. But Kevin, after I show you this trailer of John Wick 4, you're gonna have your chance to rip me apart. So here we go. Here's John Wick Chapter 4, right here on the booth. Here we go.
Saying goodbyes?
Saying hello.
You think your wife can hear you?
No.
Then why bother?
Maybe I'm wrong.
You're going to die.
Maybe not.
Goodbye to you, my trusted friend.
A new day is dawning. New ideas, new rules, new management.
We've known each other since we were 9 or 10.
Who is this?
The Marquis de Gramont. Challenge him to single combat. Win or lose, it's a way out.
I don't sit at the table.
Your family does.
Please pray for me. I was the black sheep of the family.
Man has to look his best when it's time to get married. Or buried.
I'm going to need a gun.
Goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die.
If you win, the table will honor its word. You will have your freedom.
Under the old laws, only one can survive. Failure to meet at sunrise will result in execution.
Last words, Winston?
Just have fun out there.
I want you to find your peace. But a good death only comes after a good life. You and I left a good life behind a long time ago, my friend.
It's hard to die.
Alrighty. John Wick, Chapter 4. Go ahead, say something about this trailer. What are your thoughts on this trailer?
I can't wait for this to come out. Listen, I'm a huge John Wick fan. I've seen every last one of them. I still go back and watch the very first one. I can't wait. I'm just excited for that.
Chris Gagny, what's up? I see you in the chat. And I kind of beat up on Kevin because he fell asleep watching Starship Troopers. I actually beat up on Kevin back on Halloween because he hadn't seen Starship Troopers. So I think it's only fair for me not be a hypocrite. And I'm going to have to admit something here on the show tonight. Everybody here. And Kevin Jefferies is going to be allowed to light me up. But I've never seen Wick 1, 3.
What? Never? Not even the first one,
bro.
Oh,
not even
no. No, no. Listen, you have to. We gotta really do another. You gotta watch at least the first one, and we gotta talk. What? You gotta watch all of those before you see this new one, because it's not gonna make sense to you. You've never seen John Wick. I can't believe that. Listen, who raised you? Never? John Wick?
And I'm a Keanu Reeves. I am a Keanu Reeves fan. But I don't know what it is. I haven't seen it. And I have a friend of mine who ripped me apart when we went to get lunch last week because I have not seen any of the Bourne movies either.
Well, I mean, I'm not a Bourne fan, but John Wick. Come on. You got before March, you're gonna have to watch. You gotta catch up because this is the one that's not gonna make sense to you if you don't see it. If you don't see those other ones.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah. There's no reason not to.
You haven't seen the first one though. Oh my god. It's a class. I'm trying to. You will not. Your time will not be wasted. All right. Let me say that. Your time will not be wasted.
I'm gonna give myself some homework. To watch all 3 John Wicks before March 23rd. I'm gonna watch these John Wicks before March 23rd, and I got time coming up because we only got a few shows left for the year. I take my holiday break Christmas week, and we don't come back until after the first of the year. So I'll put the John Wicks. I'll put all that stuff in there. But I watch a lot of stuff. I get sidetracked like this. So for me, I'm a weird dude. There's certain things that I'm like, I got to see it right away. Like I had to see Wakanda Forever right away. Sunday night, you know where I was Sunday night at 10 o'clock? I was sitting in my bed, Paramount Plus, to watch the premiere of Tulsa King with Sylvester.
I watched that
too. About Sylvester Stallone. And people, if you haven't seen Tulsa King, it's so funny.
You're doing yourself a disservice.
There's some plot holes. There's some plot holes in Tulsa King that I was kind of like, I don't believe that. But
yeah,
there's some things that you're like, he has to know what a cell phone is. He was only in jail. He wasn't on some island nowhere. He has to know what a cell phone.
He wasn't locked up 23-hour days.
Yeah, that was kind of hokey right there. But Tulsa King, they set it up nicely. That there's a lot of plot twists there that's going to be real good. But once again, the black guy is the driver and he's the buddy of him right as he gets out of jail. But if you like Sopranos and it's almost like Sopranos meets Yellowstone.
I've never seen Yellowstone, but I heard.
Yeah, Yellowstone is Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner always holds it down.
Yeah, it's great men named Kevin out there. It's a lot of great men.
Tulsa King, check it out. And I'm gonna have to watch John Wick 1 and 2 and 3 for March 23rd. All right, here.
John Wick. I didn't expect that from you.
Yeah, even if my son's still watching, he's probably like, what the hell? Chris Gagne, what's going on? Great to see you watching. Let's get to the sports booth. Man. Oh, man. Rest in peace, Anthony Rumble Johnson. Now, if you guys remember, Anthony Rumble Johnson was supposed to fight last year. He pulled out for a medical reason, but no one ever knew why. They just knew he pulled out for a medical reason. Now we kind of know. Anthony Johnson had cancer. And he probably had got the word that he only had so long to live. He kind of went down like Chadwick Boseman. He didn't tell nobody in the MMA world. He fought the fight right to the very end on his own. 38 years old, and this is a guy that when he first came out, he fought Joe Lozon. He fought a few people, and in the beginning, his career was kind of tough in the beginning because I remember people was calling him Anthony Crumble Johnson because he was getting his ass kicked so much. Turned around and he started whooping ass. And then you're supposed to have this fight last year, and it didn't happen, and now he's gone. 38 years old. Cancer sucks, man. Horrible thing. If you guys know Kevin Jefferies and me, we talk MMA, we watch MMA, but we know the impact that this. And you've seen the love. You've seen all the love that he was getting from all the fighters from around the world.
I hate this, man. Rumble was one of my favorite fighters when he turned to light heavyweight. I always thought that was that's where he should have been in the first place. Of course I watched him when he was middleweight, but he was always a bigger guy, so it was hard for him to make the weight. I seen the fight that he had a fight first in Bellator. When he went over there because he left the UFC just to kind of explore. They was gonna pay him more money in Bellator, and he was a free agent. He went over there. He fought. He won that fight, and then after that, that's when they started talking about all of these things. He had a condition that children mostly get. It wasn't like it just came out the blue on him. Now the cancer part of it was something that was treatable. He was okay, but it was the cancer with combined with this other condition that he had is what led him to organ failure. So I'm incredibly sad about that. Still to this day, when I seen it, I was watching UFC Saturday and found out Sunday that he died. I was incredible. I'm sad about that, man. He was a good person, and in life things happen, and you always want to ask God why. But that's a whole. Yeah, I'll leave it there.
That goes into a lot of other stuff. What's going on here? The rest, where's my sports booth stuff? My sports booth stuff isn't coming up. Let's get into my other sports stuff. In my other sports stuff, Bills losing overtime, 33-30, even after having 12 men on the field on the goal line stand that the refs missed again. Horrible reffing all season long.
Great game though. Great game.
They go to overtime. Bills lose, turning the AFC East into a dogfight from here on out. Patriots are coming off the bye week. They've got the Jets, and they're going to be hungry for the Jets. Every game counts in the AFC East right now. Dolphins just took over first place. Jets and Bills are tied for second. Patriots are right there. And the bookies, I said this, when this free agency happened this year, and all these crazy moves were made in the NFL and free agency, I said, nobody's going to be able to predict who won the Super Bowl this year. And somebody said, oh, yeah, you will. And I'm like, no, you won't. I said, there was so many moves made. Every team is affected. And we're seeing this right now with all the moves that have been made. You got Russell Wilson leaving Seattle. Seattle now leading their division. Russell Wilson goes to Denver. Denver's at the bottom of that.
Yeah.
It's insane. This whole season and look, who's making the killing right now, people? Bookies in Vegas, because every week somebody is doing the impossible. Like I said, the Buffalo Bills lost to the Vikings. They were the double-digit favorites, and they pulled it out. So the bookies make a killing off of that. Josh McDaniels out in Vegas, they lost again, 25-20. And here's the joke. All week long, everybody was clowning the fact that Jeff Saturday was named head coach by Jim Irsay of the Colts. Everybody, sports media across the nation, was clowning the fact that they put a lineman as a head coach. Oh, Josh McDaniels about to get that win on Sunday. Everybody's laughing. Guess what happens, people? Jeff Saturday,
Derek Carr was
come
crying.
out.
That's crazy too. Derek Carr was crying on the press conference. He was crying. He was like, I apologize. I just, this is just a lot, Their season, they didn't anticipate their season going the way it's been. So
yeah, and they're talking here in Boston. Here's the thing. Mac Jones flourished under Mr. Josh McDaniels. So here in New England, everybody's hoping he gets fired. Everybody here in New England, you hear him on sports radio calling in, fire him, bring him right back here. We need an offensive coordinator. Bring him right back here. Everybody's
we need
an
offensive coordinator. The Tennessee Titans need to fire Todd Downing. I'm saying that right now live. Fire Todd Downing right now. Okay? We do not like that man. Fire him. Bring McDaniels over here. We will take. It's crazy. We will take McDaniels
because somebody said the Belichick coaching tree is cursed. No, it isn't. They've got They've got my man out there in Tennessee. They got my man down there in Houston. They don't have the right piece. A lot of the Belichick coaching is successful. Josh McDaniels has left now twice. Left for Denver, and he mishandled Denver, and he right back to New England. He's gonna come back here, but he's probably taking over that Belichick throne if he comes back here.
Y'all can have y'all can have Todd Downing. Yeah. Take him.
Well, we'll see. Because if he gets fired, I'm pretty sure he's coming back to the Patriots, and he would be the offensive coordinator. I keep trying to go on the thing, but I still got one more story that the bookies made a killing on. Last night's Monday Night Football game, the undefeated Eagles took on the Washington Commanders. Everybody thought the Eagles was going to run through Washington and take them out. They were playing at home. Nope.
That's true. I thought that they were going to be undefeated until they faced us.
Yeah.
But now they just showed that they can bleed. It was like Rocky fighting Drago.
Yeah, they couldn't stop the run last night. Then Dallas Goedert, their tight end, he got hurt.
Yep.
That kind of changed the game.
Yep.
There was some crucial plays made.
AJ Brown got hurt last night too, but I mean he's okay. Yep. But he rolled his ankle in the first place, so he was like, "Yo, I'm not about to be out here."
Yeah. So we got the Dallas Green Bay game that went right down to the wire. Green Bay pulled that one out. Bookies are making a killing. Now the NFL season game is really only one division that's wide open. Everybody else, like I said, the AFC East, everybody's divided by one game and tied the second. So we're coming down into games right here. The Patriots still have 2 games against Buffalo. They have 1 game against the Jets coming up, and they still got another game against Miami. So these are games coming up second straight.
We good. AFC South is set.
Ratings are going to be through the friggin' roof for all these games. Let's get into Biden bombshells. Trump flips out as the red wave ends up being a red mist, ends up being red nothing. Somebody said a red spot, red splatter. Somebody said the red wave wasn't even enough that you just take those tampons back to the store. Someone said. I was like, damn, y'all. But Trump has lost his mind. Democrats have taken over the Senate. And here's the problem, people. I keep telling people this. Everybody keeps spinning this thing about Democrats versus Republicans. And I'm telling people right now, we're headed towards a scary time right now. It has nothing to do with the Democrats. Here's the scary time, and I'm just going to break it down for you right now. Scary time right now is that I was in New York City in April after Prince died. President Trump came out and he announced that he was president. I was in New York when the Republican National Committee, the RNC, they didn't want no parts of him. The GOP wanted no parts of him. Guess what ended up happening, people? Trump forced them to make him the nominee. They right till the very, 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 very end. They didn't want him. They never wanted him. They felt he was a Democrat in Republican clothing. They didn't want him at all. Hated him from day one. But they put up with him 4 years through the insurrection, through the craziness. And he's built himself a nice little group of Republicans, small number of Republicans like Marjorie Taylor Greene and some other people. Boebert lost, so she's out. But he built these little group of people. Still a lot of GOP people. Common sense. Know right from wrong. And what you saw here during these midterms is people voting correctly and voting with their minds and voting with what they feel is best for this country. Every Trump candidate lost. Every Trump candidate, but one lost this midterm election. That tells you right now that America doesn't want these power. Number one. Number two, still 70 million people who voted for President Donald Trump, even though he lost. 70 million people. The GOP is nipping away at those people right now, but there's still a large group of those people who believe the election was stolen. There are people out there who believe this and they believe that Trump spews out as their retort. The problem here is people that's going to get ugly. GOP and the RNC, in my mind, is they're not going with Trump. This is definitely not happening. I feel it's going to be DeSantis or somebody else from that Republican Party. Now, right now, it looks like they're lining up DeSantis to be that guy in 2020. DeSantis is already talking crap about Trump. Trump is already talking kind of craziness stuff about DeSantis. People, Trump is supposed to make this announcement tonight at 9 o'clock. Night at 9 o'clock. Other Republicans of the GOP, the ones with common sense, have told him, don't make any announcements. We don't want you to say anything. Let's get these runoffs done, because you still have a couple of runoff elections done from the middle. They don't want to make it, but he don't care because he's Trump. He does whatever. Problem here, people, is this is what's scary. The RNC and the GOP, they're going to back DeSantis. And when they make that official and make that announcement that they're going, even if they don't go with DeSantis, it's not going to be Trump, people. Problem here is that when they make that decision and they go public and it's not Trump, you know what's going to happen? Trump is going to take that last little bit of voters who believe in him, that part of that 70 million, and he's going to cut the GOP down the middle or wherever. He's going to split this GOP and become a party. Trust and believe me, scary situation. Because a lot of people are out here, they're going back and forth about, this is not what you have to worry about. You're going to have to worry about this crazy group from the GOP and have this whole crazy agenda and beliefs. This is where it's going to get scary for some of us, because we know the beliefs. White supremacy, or with militias, the people who think they're super entitled to do whatever. They don't care about no minorities or people that think. Scary thing. And talk about this on this show, and people say, damn, I never heard nobody break it down like that. I said, because everybody's too busy looking at what the surface, what the meat of the conversation is, what the real danger is. Danger. This part, if the GOP splits, you got a problem. Got a problem. You out there in Ohio, out there in Michigan, where they've already had issues out there with elections and crazy people out there.
Yep.
Kevin.
Yeah, it's this is a Republican state anyway. Yeah, when it comes to politics, man, like this stuff, it gets real deep. And you know, if that happens, I didn't even know. I mean, you telling me that right now, I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know that's what was coming.
I predicted this. I predicted this months ago because I said I seen it. I've been following a lot of stuff. I have, and luckily I have guys like Kenneth Diesenhof and R Squared who writes articles on the Corridor, keep me updated on these things. But I also do my homework and I watch what I see, what's not making news. I see what's not making news. I started seeing people in the GOP start, putting DeSantis on this kind of pedestal. I was kind of like, yo, they ain't going with Trump. He thinks they're going with him, but they're not. And then when here's the thing, when I watched those January 6th hearings and when they had all the people coming, I watched and I'm like, there's not one Democrat coming, all Republicans. And I had some people on my page and they were talking about this is the Democrats and Nancy Pelosi. I said, no, Democrats have nothing to do. I said, this is the Republicans' way of getting themselves away from Donald Trump. This is their legal way of pushing him away, saying, look, we're trying to divide ourselves. We're trying to separate ourselves from this. This is the GOP. Right. This isn't a Democrat thing. The insurrection hearings is a Republican thing. This is a GOP thing. They don't want Donald Trump. And they're hoping, to be honest, the GOP is hoping that he ends up in jail. Because if he ends up in jail, they don't have to worry about that small piece of that 70 million that voted for him. Because now they're going to be forced to vote for whoever they push, the GOP pushes, because Donald Trump's going to be in jail. And I hate to say it, but I think that's what the GOP wants him in jail. They don't want him out because he's dangerous. And I'll tell you right now, if this was the 60s or the 70s and early 80s, I will tell you this right now, Donald Trump would have a bullet in his head. He would have already been assassinated.
Whoa.
But because, and I'm saying this because I grew up during that time, so I can say this. I can say that he would be assassinated. You know why? Because you can't get away with that stuff today because we have social media and we have leaks of things everywhere. And people ask too many questions. If we had social media back when the Kennedys were assassinated or Ronald Reagan's assassination attempt and so forth, trust me, we would have known a lot more. We would have known. We all knew the players involved, but we didn't know what we knew because we didn't have social media. But I'll tell you right now, if we didn't have social media, this was the 60s, 70s, or early 80s, Donald Trump would have been had a split in his head. Something would have been happened to this. Because he is a threat to GOP. He's the biggest threat to democracy that we've ever seen in a lifetime. I hate to say it. I'm just being real. I'm just speaking from knowledge of what I've seen politically. He's dangerous. Dangerous. Man. Better be careful. he better be careful because it could happen. He could still, unfortunately, seen car crashes. You know, we've seen people investigated during the Clinton era who ended up. We had a guy who was an avid canoeer, but he drowned in 2 feet of water. An avid canoeer who knew how to swim, but he died in 2 feet. White water, scandal stuff. So, look, people, I'm just telling you, do your homework, pay attention. I know I got people coming at me like people like you see them on my page. They come at me crazy, and I see some people handle these people. I got it. I got it. You know, I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. And for anybody who wants to come on my page,
Don't fuck with me, fellas!
it's real. Keep it real. Voting machine problems in Arizona. That was last week. This week, Biden met with President Xi in China to talk about Ukraine and what he's been doing with sending stuff over to Putin. They're talking about the trade issues that's going on, how they can mend the trade issues and have a balanced back and forth of trade, commercial trade. Why do we do this? Well, we're coming up into Christmas. Gotta get those talks. Gotta get them orders in, stuff from China and get stuff from America to China. Buy phones out, all this stuff. So you gotta have this conversation. All about. In Ukraine invasion, President Zelensky's troops wiped out 10,000 Russian troops in 1 week. Actually, in 2 weeks. They wiped out 10,000 troops and took back the town of Kherson. Talked about in this show many times. This is like one of the major capitals of the Ukraine. Took it over. No longer under Russian control. This week, missile fired at the Ukraine. Anti-air missile struck the missile. Out of the missile, Warsaw, Poland, killed 2 people. Originally, they were ready to come after Russia. They thought it was a missile strike from Russia. It wasn't. It was changed the trajectory. Kind of like shit happens type thing. Sorry to see 2 lives. Poland happen when you have war going on. But hey, we got to get ready to get out of here. I got to thank everybody for tuning into the show, hanging out with us. These are the people who support my hats, as you guys can see. My man Kevin Jefferies is up there with his hat on. He's actually got his hat on right now, showing support, right. Showing his love. And then all the podcast shows that I produce. Matty C Sports for You and Me is coming up at 8:30. You want to check him out. He has Alan Lau, the MMA referee, on. He's got him on. He's got some good stories. Also, check out. I got to thank everybody who showed up to the IGY6 fundraiser last weekend. I was the DJ. Travis and Amber put on a great event. Veterans Day Parade. Thank you for everybody for showing up that. Boom Squad Radio open house this Saturday, 11/19, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. Boom Squad Radio. Good funny story. DJ Boom was putting this new studio up, and he put together pictures on Facebook. And it was purple with yellow streaks. And I had put on there as a comment, I said, hey, get a cease and desist from Planet Fitness yet? And everybody was laughing. Everybody was joking. 4 weeks later, guess who we got a cease and desist from?
Oh, wow.
Planet Fitness. He had to change the color scheme of the studio.
Wow.
He's like, I don't know what Planet Fitness is. I'm a fat guy. Oh, so their open houses this weekend, I believe, Anna Marie, p.m. to 8 p.m. Also, Boom Squad's Christmas, again, this VFW event. Bring your toys. Bring part of the proceeds. Pots. PFC Operation Christmas. Anna Marie is performing. And then this is the flyer for the event that happened last weekend that I kept up because of ours event. Kevin, let them know real quick. Again, when's your next one you're doing?
Actually, next Tuesday, I'll have the executive producer from Terrifier 2 on. So be on the lookout for that. His name is Steve Barton.
Nice.
That'll be nice. And my next men's event will be I'm gonna do one in January. So stay tuned. I'll have a flyer and everything done. So yeah.
Then Boston Music Awards Videographer of the Year nominee Scott Sandinato, who did Anna Marie's video Let's Roll, and then Mark's Army Book Drive from October to December. Drop your books off at 40 Hot Street. Books over military guys. 8 new books only, and that's it. We got my show is coming to an end. Kevin, let them know where they can watch your show, where they can catch you, where they can follow you.
That's right. You can follow me at Happy Hour with Lito Pod on Instagram. Right now I'm Kyrie Irving on Twitter, so you know what I'm saying, you might not catch me on there. I'm suspended indefinitely until further notice. Hopefully they get that appeal and get me back jumping. But right now there is nothing on. I can't do nothing on Twitter right now. You understand? Facebook is of course Happy Hour with Lito. Yeah, I'm heard everywhere. You know what I mean? All streaming platforms. And my videos are all on YouTube at Happy Hour with Lito.
You just dropped an OnlyFans, right?
Nah, I ain't got no OnlyFans. No, sir.
That's gonna be my new question for all guests to catch them off guard. You just dropped the OnlyFans. I'm gonna take everybody's expressions when they answer that question. I'm gonna put together a reel every week for that question. So.
No, sir.
Oh man. All right. So we gotta get ready to get out of here. I thank everybody for tuning into the show. Again, make sure to follow Veana Marie's It's Personal everywhere. Check out that
shout out V.
DNA
Shout out
Cypher.
V.
Yeah, DNA Cypher that's out there. She's actually gonna be cutting a video. That Cypher beat hard. That and then hey, I've only got a couple of weeks. Next week's show is my Thanksgiving show. Holy oh, man. So y'all know next week, you all know what the intros next week is. Greens, beef. That's my
I can't wait for Thanksgiving myself, so.
Oh man. Football. 2 good football games. Basketball. Good food.
Good food.
A lot of rolls to sop up the gravy.
Dressing. Turkey.
Talk about that next.
Macaroni and cheese.
Next week.
Yeah.
I'll be talking about that next week, man. Ooh-wee. And hey,
sweet potato
SpongeBob.
pie.
I like pecan pie. My dad, we get out of here. There was 2 things my dad used to make every Thanksgiving. My dad used to make this onions. It was like little mini onions, like this cream and garlic. My dad made that every Thanksgiving. Ugh. And then my dad's biggest thing on Thanksgiving, mince pie. Mince pie. You don't see many people with mince pies today. I don't know why, but mince pie was like raisins. I need to call my dad and just be like, remember that nasty ass mince pie?
My wife makes a sweet potato pie. That is the recipe of her grandmother. And when I tell you this recipe, if we may like sell some this year, I mean that's how good it is. This pie is great.
Yeah, mince
yeah,
pie.
I got you. If we can send you one, you already know I was sending you one.
Mince pie is also known as mince meat pie. It's a mixture of fruit, beef suet, and spices. Oh,
what?
My dad that was my mince meat pie. That was my dad's favorite pie at Thanksgiving. Oh, me and my brother.
Mince meat. Is that an East Coast thing?
Oh, my dad. Oh, it was horrible, bro. Horrible. I'm gonna have to call my dad up before Thanksgiving. Be like, hey, remember you had to make us eat that mince meat pie?
That don't even sound good.
Oh, liver. I grew up in the 70s, and I remember every Friday night you had to have liver. Oh.
Well, tell us how SpongeBob feels about this right now.
Oh, man. SpongeBob, do me a favor. Thank you, Kevin Jefferies, for coming. SpongeBob, take us.
Well, see you next Tuesday.
Thank you for listening to The Booth on Hoobazoo and HatcherRadio.com. Please follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the podcast at Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. The Booth is a Sinister One production hosted by Sinister One.
I've got to start hanging out with friends that are a little more intelligent and understand politics and stuff. It's just that I'm up on this level up here, and all my friends are down here. Me, nah. You guys, nah. Maybe a little more down in here. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I smoke, I drink, I do my thing. These bitches hating, so you know I got to make it plain. Don't do cocaine with your chick, my main. We stick together, true forever, yeah, you know we bang. I miss those days, which was easy. If only I make it, bitch, don't repeat. Now that I done upgraded, I've been upstate, and y'all think I'm playing. And I got a hit now for these weak ass hoes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip. I don't need that shit, it's like I'm my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
WHOOBAZOO, that's Hoobazoo.com.
Enter website, enter website, enter website, enter website.